Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's express our best regard to our God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the Lord of His Word, the Master of the Judgment Day, the Creator of this universe, who has given us His mercies and blessings, so we can gather in this place to do this draft thesis seminar. Secondly, may salawat and salam be with our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as the king of the Greek kingdom, namely Islam religion, who has taught us how to live our religion, to obey to our parents, and to respect our teachers, and also brought us from the darkness to the lightness. So in this chance, I want to present about my draft thesis with the title, The Utilization of Presentation Activities in Online Speaking Class. But before it, I want to say my great thanks to my supervisors, Ma'am Dr. Andi Mulyati M, MPDS, my first supervisor, and Ma'am Dr. Giminastiti Sakir SPD MPDS, my second supervisor. And also to my examiners. So Sir Hairil Anwar Korompot, MA PhD, as my first examiner, and Ma'am Hasirani G SPD MPD as my second examiner. So let's start this draft thesis presentation. So in this draft thesis presentation, I want to present two chapters, which are chapter 4 and chapter 5. Let's start with chapter 4. In this chapter 4, there are 2 points that I want to explain, which are findings and discussions. So let's start with the first point. It's about findings. So the findings of this research shows the improvement of the student speaking skill by the utilization of presentation activities in online speaking class at second grade students at senior high school for Sidrap. So the researcher collected the data through pre-test and post-test. So the pre-test was given before the treatment. And after giving treatment, the post-test was given to see how the effect of the treatment. So there were 24 students of second grade in senior high school for Sidrap taken as the sample of this research. So the findings of this research, there are 2 points. The first is about student speaking performance, and the second one is about benefits of presentation activities for the students. So let's go to the first point. So it's about student speaking performance. So there are some aspects that we have to know to see the student speaking performance. The first one is about student speaking accuracy. The second one is about student speaking fluency. And also the third one is about student speaking comprehensibility. So let's start with the first point. It's about the improvement of the student speaking accuracy. So from this table, it shows that the student speaking accuracy, which is the calculating result of students pre-test and students post-test, by the utilization of presentation activities in online speaking class. So the mean score of students pre-test was 5.67, and the mean score of students post-test was 7.5. So it means that the mean score of students post-test is better than mean score of the students pre-test. And also based on this data, we can see also the improvement of the student speaking accuracy. It's about 32% of improvement. Okay, so let's go to the next point. It's about the improvement of the student speaking fluency. So in this table, we can see that the improvement of student speaking fluency. So the table shows that the student speaking fluency, which is the calculating result of the students pre-test and also students post-test by the utilization of presentation activities in online speaking class. So the mean score of the students pre-test was 5.83, and the mean score of students post-test was 7.46. It means that the mean score of students post-test is better than the mean score of the students pre-test, and it has 28% of improvement of the student speaking fluency. Okay, let's go to the next point. It's about the improvement of the students speaking comprehensibility. So yeah, from this table, we can see also the score of the students pre-test was 5.67, and the mean score of the students post-test was 7. So it means that the mean score of students post-test is better than the mean score of students pre-test. And also we can see the percentage of improvement here. So there are 23% improvement of the students speaking comprehensibility. Okay, and then the next point is about the improvement of the students speaking result here. So after the researcher calculates the students' result of speaking accuracy, speaking fluency, and also speaking comprehensibility, the researcher calculates the mean score of the students pre-test and also students post-test. And we can see the data from this table. So based on this table, we can see that it shows the students pre-test was 5.72 and the mean score of students post-test was 7.31, and the improvement is about 28% of the students speaking result. And also the next point that I want to present, it's about the students speaking the rate of frequency and percentage of the student score. So from the pre-test and also post-test, there were 24 students joined the pre-test and also post-test. So we can see there are classification here of the student score. It's about very poor, poor, fair, good, very good, and excellent. So and also this is the range of the score. So from the students pre-test, we can see that there were 10 students got very poor score with totally 42% student. And also there were 7 students got poor score with totally 29% students. And fair score totally from 7 students, and it's about 29%. And also we can see the classification of post-test here, the frequency and percentage of the student score. We can see here there is no very poor score again, and only 1 student got poor score, and with percentage 4.2%. And also 8 students got fair score with 33% percentage, and also 11 students got good score with percentage 45.8%, and there were 4 students got very good score with totally percentage about 17% of totally 100% students. So we can see from this rate of frequency and percentage of the students, we can see the improvement of the students here from pre-test until post-test. And then the next point is about pair sample test. So to know there is significant difference between students pre-test and students post-test, so the researcher conducted pair sample tests. In this context, I use SPSS to know the pair sample test. So from this table, we can see that the significance two-tailed here is about 0. And it means that it is less than 0.05. And it means that null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. So it means that there's a significant difference in score before and after the utilization of presentation activities in online speaking class. And also it can be concluded that the utilization of presentation activities in online speaking class has an effect in teaching students speaking ability. Let's go to the next point. It's about the second findings of this research. It's about the benefits of presentation activities for the students. So there are 4 benefits here that the students got. The first one is about easy to understand the material, which is there were 20 students strongly agree and 4 students agree about it. And increasing students' learning motivation, there were 18 students strongly agree and 6 students agree about it. And focus deeper in learning, there were 19 students strongly agree and 5 students agree about it. And then the last point is about increasing collaboration. There were 22 students strongly agree and 2 students agree. So let's go to the discussions. So in these discussions, it's about the further explanation from the data that I explained from findings. So the first point is about student speaking performance, which has 3 parts that I've already explained. It's about student speaking accuracy, student speaking fluency, and also student speaking comprehensibility. So the result of student speaking performance, we can see the result of student speaking accuracy shows that there was 32% of improvement of the students. And also the result of student speaking fluency, there was 28% of improvement. And also the last one is about the result of students speaking comprehensibility. The improvement of the students was the improvement of the students were 23% of students speaking comprehensibility. So the second point of this discussion is about benefits of presentation activities for the students. So there were 4 benefits that the students got. First is what easy to understand the material, increasing students' learning motivation, focus deeper in learning, and increasing collaboration. So this is 2 points of the discussion of my presentation. So let's go to the chapter 5. In this chapter 5, there are 2 points that I want to explain. The first one is about conclusions, and the second point is about suggestions. So let's go to the conclusions of this draft thesis. So there are 2 points. The first one is about student speaking performance, and the second one is about the benefits of presentation activities for the students. So the student speaking performance, as we know that there were students speaking accuracy, student speaking fluency, and also student speaking comprehensibility, and it is improved, and it shows from the percentage of improvement from the students, and it shows that students post-test is better than students pre-test. So we can conclude that the student speaking performance is improved by the utilization of presentation activities in online speaking class. And also, the second point is about the benefits of presentation activities. So there are 4 benefits that the students got in this research. The first one is about easy to understand the material. That is proved by 20 students strongly agree and 4 students agree. And also increasing students' motivation. That is proved by 18 students strongly agree and 6 students agree. And focus deeper in learning. It's proved by 19 students strongly agree and 5 students agree that presentation activities in online speaking class can make students focus deeper. And the last point is about increasing collaboration. That is proved by 22 students strongly agree and 2 students agree that presentation activities in online speaking class can increase the students' collaboration. So let's go to the next point. It's about suggestions. So there are 2 points of suggestion from the researcher here. So the first one for the teachers. So for the teachers should try to use the presentation activities in online speaking class as one of alternative methods in teaching speaking. because it can help the students to improve their speaking. And also the second point is about for the future researchers. So the researchers suggest to the future researchers to conduct further research to find out what another strategies. So we can find another strategies are more helpful for the students in speaking. And use this study, you can use this study to be additional friends with different session or different discussion, something like that. Okay, so I think that's it for my presentation of my draft thesis. So thank you very much for watching this video. And so sorry if I have mistake during I present my draft thesis. So I think enough for my video, and the last essay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.